from Wisconsin. Chris is back, just on the internet
I
for
never went anywhere.
for that Range Life episode 63. I think 63. Episode
That's
63.
true.
That's accurate.
That's
Okay.
accurate. Yeah.
Hey, good to see everybody. You're supposed to say that. I obviously don't see you while we're recording this, but it's a thought that counts. Go with it. Um,
Right.
let's get this out of the way right away. Do us a favor. Go down there where it says subscribe next to Chris McEwen, the aptly
There.
named YouTube page. Subscribe, please. Click it. Need you to subscribe to it. We saw some quick growth. As we mentioned, I think 2 shows ago,
Yeah.
Chris was getting so many subscribers per day. He stopped getting email notifications.
It's true, man. It's crazy.
But now,
In fact,
well,
another little fun fact that I'll give you related to that is we know people are watching out there. I know you're watching. Just hit the subscribe button, okay? Because every hour of every day, someone is watching a video on this channel.
but yeah,
Yeah.
subscribe to the channel. Listen, we were making some good progress. Like I said, he wasn't getting the notifications, you guys. But let's slow down. Chris text messaged me. This is a true story. Text messaged me and said, "Bill, I got bad news for you." And I'm like, God, if you know Chris that well, you just brace yourself to take the hit and you go, okay, what is it? What am I going to be apologizing for? And Chris goes, I got a notification that I got a new subscriber today. I knew what that meant. It means our rate of subscription is slowed down.
It's true.
We're chunk away from 500. We want to get this thing up to 1,000 this year. I'm just going to let you people in on that secret.
Yep.
We want to get this thing.
It's on the board right here. Yep.
Yeah, on Chris's vision board. It's up there. Get it. Get subscribed. Tell your friends. And you know what? I think what we need to do, I want you to chew on this week, Chris. And you viewers, comment below if you're interested. I think we've talked about it a few times. We ended up with a couple extra brand new ShotScope Pro L1 rangefinders.
Yeah. Mine's just out of reach. It's sitting here.
I mean, maybe do we should we? I don't know how do you do our YouTube contest. The one time did okay, but we want to do better. Either way, I mean, maybe chew on this. Let us know if you're interested. Should we do a giveaway at 500? Get one of these, maybe 2. Who knows? I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking. We haven't figured this out yet. Maybe next show we will have this figured out. I don't want to sit. I want to get to 500 soon. Give us some comments on what you'd like to see. We're going to do some type of good giveaway, as we call it in the business, at 500 subscribers. Well, if you're already subscribed, help us out because you're eligible too. Any of our subscribers, when we hit 500, we'll give stuff away. Maybe it's these brand new rangefinders. Maybe it's this sub 70 note Jason Hyland sent me. I don't know. We're the super rare Driver Range Heroes acrylic keychains that are actually pretty sweet. I don't know. But we need to do something.
Maybe all of it.
Maybe all of
it.
Maybe I'll just give you my house. You can have it. All right.
But
go ahead.
In all seriousness, we hit 500. We're going to start giving some stuff away. So spread the word. If you're new here, subscribe. And we're only going to give away to those that are subscribed when we hit 500.
Not because you commented, not because you follow us on Twitter or Instagram. You have to be a subscriber of our YouTube channel. We'll give some stuff away. And Chris is a psychopath. If Chris will start going crazy, he'll be like, I found this this part to a bread making machine. I'm giving that away. I'm like, Chris, relax. I bought a whole new set of sub 70 irons. I'm giving them away. I'm like, oh God. All right. So I'm just telling you, it's worth it for you. Chris is a psychopath, and it's going to work in your favor. All right, let's talk about.
He's not wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we talk about what's on the show, secondcitygolf.com. Go buy the merch. Chris, I'm going to tell a little story. You like this lightweight, that Range Life hoodie I'm wearing? I do. It's pretty nice.
It's nice.
It's a 1 of 1. Again, another hoodie I own. That's a 1 of 1 for our site. I was happy with I was going to leave it, But I told Chris, I'm like, yeah, I'd like it to print a little better, but it'll work. It's serviceable. Here's what I'm thinking. And Chris said, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing. I have a better idea. I'm on it. Chris created an alternative to this hoodie that's absolute fire.
It's so good, man. It's so good. Like I don't get excited about the designs or whatever, but it's
But
so
here's the
good.
thing. There's only one hoodie that would have been better in this theme, but you put the logo on a t-shirt already, and then it felt like a little much. It was on a t-shirt and the hoodie, and I
Right.
didn't get the
Right.
hoodie out. So Chris also made a Killer That Range Life t-shirt. It's like there's a lot of different colors, but it's just like I don't even know how to explain it. I'll let you go
It's
go
good.
to secondcitygolf.com, buy that shirt in the navy blue especially.
Yeah.
Whew, it is great. It
I
will
posted
be.
it on my IG story,
Okay,
that
sorry.
exact
You can
shirt.
follow Chris at Chris McEwen on all the social medias. There's your plug. You happy?
But I will put links directly to those
Yeah.
shirts in the description, so you can go straight to them. You don't have to go searching, you go straight to them. They look really good, and, that's another reason, quite honestly, to follow this channel, follow us on the social media because something's happening where I'm starting to get some ideas, and I'm starting to get some design stuff, and there's more on the way.
Mm, mm.
It's very, very exciting. Someone learned Photoshop.
Okay, great. That's all we need. And then I'll be like, I'll dare to ask, hey, I need something for driving. Would you mind helping me with driving chairs? Like, oh, what's my cutter? Oh, I'm gonna be difficult about this. And I'm like, Chris,
Hey man, I didn't give you any nonsense when you immediately asked for another version of the cool shirt I literally just posted. Like right
it
away. You
wouldn't
were
have
like,
been
"What about this?"
that would have been
And I was like,
appropriate.
"Yeah."
I thought it was so good. I thought it was so good that we needed a black version, not just a gray version. That was a fair, like, you got to be on it, right? Awesome. Because I want that black hoodie. I want that one.
And I was. The black one is, man,
I do have
that was a
something.
fun one to
I
make.
do.
That was a really fun shirt to
I
make.
do have some
That was
stuff in
ridiculous.
my head that I need your help with, and I think it's largely a different set of eyes and preferences and tastes, which is why I think I need
Okay.
your help on it for Drive Range Hero stuff. But obviously we need to hash that out right now. Okay, we're back. We just cut out that whole section where Chris and I hashed it out. Just kidding. It was a editing joke. Let's get into what we have in the show. Gear talk today, a big one for you. I told Chris earlier when my post went up for this because recording Monday. Project X Smoke, Hazardous Smoke, iM10. Okay, it's another shaft in 2021 by them in the hex cell, hex toe carbon fiber family. We're going to talk about that. Um, it didn't get a lot of social media play for my driverangeheroes.com website today, but got some clicks. People want to know about this golf shaft. I'm telling you. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear about that because of one of the notes that you have here, which is very interesting. So, yeah.
Okay, okay. So then I can't wait to dive into that. You guys know I love talking about golf shafts. I put golf in there on purpose. And then Chris, I want it. It's Masters week.
It is, man.
But wait,
Happy
no,
Masters
no,
Week,
no.
William.
Hang on before we dive into Masters week. We need to say this, and I wanted to say this at the start of the show, but it just didn't fit. I want to give a very big shout out to LPGA rookie Patty Tavatanakit winning the
Man,
A&A Inspiration at 21 years old, never
yeah.
finishing better than tied for 5th on the LPGA. Played golf at UCLA from Thailand. Hard worker, known for being like ice in her veins, etc. Went wire to wire as a 21-year-old rookie
Yeah.
with one of the best modern era
With
LPGA.
Lydia Ko on her ass, man, the whole time.
I mean, you see Lydia Ko like minus 1,000 by the 10th hole. You're like, there's no way she's not gonna hunt me down. Ice in her veins,
Yeah.
she got the job done. And I'm not this person, but there's something about watching her win and getting that, like, she isn't the big name. She wasn't the Lydia Ko coming up. I got teary when she won.
Yeah.
Little teary, not crazy.
That was a That was it was a good day of golf on Sunday. We had Jordan Spieth win, of course, but that ANA watching Lydia Ko was just out her mind
Mhm.
uh on Sunday. And I can't imagine, yeah, I mean, and then yeah, the kid pulls it off and you get to jump into the pond and it's a whole thing. And it was really, really fun to watch.
Dinosaur's
Really fun to
daughter
watch.
was there, not a big
That's
deal,
right.
but I think,
Yeah.
Christina Kim was in contention for a little bit too, out of nowhere
Our
because she put
pal,
up a fire round. I've used
good friend of the show.
pretty much best friend of this show. This show. Really definitely best friends of Chris McEwen.
Yeah.
Pretty much best friends with this
I
show.
mean, we DM each other on Twitter
Not a big deal. Not a big
pretty
deal.
regular basis.
She's a big fan of that tournament. She says so in her book that you've never read. Um, anyway, it was awesome. Hats off to her. But now, yes, it's Masters week. I'm not as excited about it as I usually am, but I think it's just because of the weird like golf calendars in the last 2 years in general. But so
Yeah.
that's something I saw. I forgot who tweeted it today. I'm sure a lot of people did, but the one I saw, um, first time a major tournament has had a PGA major tournament has had fans or patrons since the 2019 Open Championship. So you have to go back almost two
Wow.
years
That's
before you
crazy.
had an audience
Yeah.
member that was not a volunteer or special VIP of some sort. Okay,
Yeah.
so Masters week, but there's a real there's a real Masters being played. And I'm of course talking about the Chicago Golf Tour South Division at the highly acclaimed historical Ravislow
Oh,
Country Club.
such a great venue. We can talk about that too.
We're gonna talk about that, and we'll see where the wind blows us like we always do. All right, Chris, are you ready to do some gear talk?
Yes.
Gear talk. All right, gear talk this week. The Project X HZRDUS Smoke iM10 golf shaft. I am
Right.
sticking with. I'm getting really tired of the golf industry with the 700 word names right now. I wrote a review for competitor's golf shaft today. And I'm like, how? I mean, is it like a word count challenge at this point? Are they? I don't get it. But hazardous Project X HZRDUS Smoke iM10. Okay,
Yeah. So we've done black and blue,
we have done the hazardous
right?
smoke black RDX,
Right.
blue RDX.
Right.
And I think we also did. I think we did some last year too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I can't
But I'm just
remember.
saying like this last
Right.
run here of the 2021 models, we've covered
Nothing
those so far.
riptide
So
yet.
if you want to go back, if you're here for the IM10, there may be a card that pops up somewhere up here that will take you back to the range life where we talked about, I don't know, blue or black. I'll pick one and you can figure it out.
Whatever. Or what you could do, go click Chris McEwen's channel and go through the videos and find both of them. All right.
Or that.
I've been holding it off here. Again, I always struggle with this, but I have the
Yeah.
pictures that I'll send Chris that he can pop in here for high res views. But there it is. I like this. I don't know how well it can come across. We don't given last week's episode, I don't dare turn autofocus on to pick this up. Um
Right.
God help us if Scoob has that happen again. But anyway, it has a little Matrix vibe here. The shaft's
Yeah, it's
like
cool.
it's not black, it's like a gunmetal matte gray. Um green. It's close-ish to the previous hazardous smoke green from last year. Um, Definitely though a look of its own, and I don't know, pretty good. A little character, means business. Okay, you have the
Yeah, I do like the colorway of the
yeah,
shaft.
yeah, the biohazard thing going on here, especially when you come off
Yeah.
of that like the PVD holographic
Yeah, yeah.
iridescent blue, which they did with the green
Right.
last year, which was super cool. Let's be honest. This one doesn't have that. Two versions of this shaft. I didn't put this in my notes. I forgot about it. There is a maybe I did. I don't know. This shaft is designed to be mid-launch, mid-spin. Okay, a more
Right.
mortal profile, if you will. Us
Yeah.
guys who need a little help with the golf ball getting up and going. And then there is a counterbalanced, more tour inspired version. It's low spin, low launch. Like I said, it's counterbalanced.
Oh, okay.
I could tell you I would see the two of them playing very different. It's not what they sent me, so I can only talk about the mid one I have here. All right, I've been doing this to the camera long enough. Set it down. Anyway, so here's one of the things Project X is really pushing with this new Hexto carbon fiber they've been using from this company, Hexcel, which if you recall or you did watch the other That Range Life videos where we talked about the Hexcel Hexto shafts, the blue
Mhm.
RDX and the black RDX. It's quite literally space technology. They use it for spaceships, space stations, airplanes. I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist, but that's where it comes from. And one of the issues you have with golf shafts specifically, because that's what we're talking about, to get a durable carbon fiber, you need it to be a little more flexible, right? Have a little more give to it. But
Right.
to be able to create a stiff and stable carbon fiber, it's going to be a little more brittle, more prone to, I don't know, cracking. Think about that, right? Like
Sure.
happens with metal, it happens with a lot of materials. So a
Yep.
durable shaft, less flex and stability, it's going to bend and come back to shape, etc. A stiff and stable one, more brittle. Well, as people like Bryson DeChambeau are swinging out of their shoes, Kyle Berkshire's dancing and then hitting the ball, something has to give. They got to find the balance somewhere.
Yeah.
Insert hexto carbon fiber, specifically this iM10. It created a balance of durability and stiffness the likes of this world has never seen in golf shafts. So they say, I will not challenge them on that. I'll just go, okay, cool. So what you end up getting is a very durable shaft that will stay stable throughout the swing. That means if you remember the other shows, the shaft is like a tube, right? A cylinder, but as you
Right.
swing, it kind of makes like an oval shape, and then it goes back to its original position.
Was it this?
Yeah, basically, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Now, this isn't going to want to do it, but it's also not going to feel like a telephone pole while it's
Right.
holding that form.
Right.
Therefore, your feel can be a little smoother, a little softer, but still stable. You're seeing this a lot in the super low ultralight shafts out there, like the 40-gram shafts, where to make them that thin and that light, they had a hard time keeping them stable and reducing that torque so they weren't, making that squeak. I feel like that's what it is. It's like the shaft's just squeaking around while it's
Y
under stress during the swing.
Right.
And they're getting better at like, all right, well, we need this thing to not, completely flatten and then go back into its cylinder shape throughout the swing. Well,
Right.
now as you're getting the guys who can't, they're swinging the club 120 miles an hour, they can't swing a 40-gram shaft. They have to have a regular golf shaft, but they need like the same things that people don't like there. And that's what this shaft does well. And I think the smoke blue,
Hmm.
smoke black RDX really did that well, but I do think they're geared towards the more aggressive swinger, the fast swinger, et cetera, et cetera. Um,
Okay.
Flex, I think, almost becomes more of a preference in those areas. Whether you should swing stiff or X, it's really, do you have the swing tempo to get the shaft to play for you? Like I
Right.
swing roughly, I would say my like low average in the review cycle this year has been 115 miles an hour with a driver, and I feel like even at stiff flex in the two smoke RDX shafts, I have a hard time getting them around. Where normally the 115 is a
Really?
clear X flex
Yeah.
area, but
Right. For sure.
it's the profile and the swing type, right? That's what is nice about this guy. This guy, I feel like it's a little more player friendly, right? It's a little smoother, a little cleaner, and it has a certain airiness, openness to it that the Smoke RDX shafts didn't have for me. Not that those felt bad.
Yeah.
I just wasn't like I think I made a crack on the shows. I wasn't man enough to swing. I know I wasn't man enough to swing that Smoke Black RDX. Like I
Right.
just don't have it. Um,
Right.
where this one, I feel like, man, a lot of that the benefits of that stability and that control I liked in the RDXs is there, but it's easier to swing this club. And that's a pretty if you especially if you've swung those RDX shafts, that balance of that or I should say that level of stability in a golf shaft and not feeling like a piece of rebar or telephone pole
Yeah.
is a very, very tough line to toe. And
Yeah.
I think they did
Yeah.
a fantastic job here. So I think ultimately, I think people who love everything about the RDX, but maybe don't have the swings for it, maybe can't optimize them, could really benefit from the iM10. Now, if you
That's awesome, and that was what, caught my attention on our notes or your notes, that this was a shaft, that would perform as well as the Smoke RDX, but, you know, players like me
mhm.
can't really handle the Smoke RDX, especially the black. That's what caught my attention on this one.
Well, and
So
it's one of those things that
that's cool, man. So this is kind of like the everyman shaft almost. This
I
is
wouldn't
like
go that far.
okay,
But I
okay,
think players who might have thought that some of the older hazardous and hazardous smoke models they could play and the RDX just got a little too much for him. I could see
okay,
that.
yeah,
This one they might like more. I could still see people being like, I still don't quite have enough to get into this and optimize my performance with it. I mean, the the hazardous line is always going to be a little more stout, a little more based on an aggressive
okay,
tempo. I mean, everybody swings a snowflake. Just because I'm saying this does not mean you'll have the same experience. But generally speaking, I think hazardous tends to be the more stout, robust, aggressive swinger line, whereas the even flow, so your rip tides and what have you, tend to be the more smoother. Players looking to get a little more launch spin, etc., tend to
okay,
fall into their, the slower or moderate tempos. Not to say you can't have an aggressive tempo there, but I mean, then you start
right,
getting into like fitting complexities, and
right,
this is
right,
why the fitting industry exists and succeeds. It's not such a straightforward thing as like read what the blurb says and there you go. But
yeah,
you need something
yeah,
a little more in between the 2, this might be a good option. I think a lot of people are gonna really like this one for the reasons we've
yeah,
described. Um, I haven't pulled the Tour Edge tip off of it yet because I'm really I have a combination going with the Tour Edge C721 driver right now with a couple shafts that has my attention, and this is one of them. As you well know, Chris,
mm,
as you well know, the Tour Edge EXS 220 fairway wood that I love so much
yeah,
has a hazardous smoke green shaft in it that I really like.
right,
So I don't want to take that club apart, but this might
oh,
be a ridiculously good 3-wood shaft. Don't know, haven't gotten there yet, but it's kept my attention. It's kept my attention. I think it's a great shaft by Project X. I'm wondering, Project X might have a few sleepers. Sneak peek. I have another Project X review in the coming weeks. They might have some sleepers this year, and this could be one of them. I'll be interested to see following this review being up at driverangeheroes.com if it gets a ton of attention because I like it a lot. I think it feels really good. Like I said, very stable, and you could just swing away at it. You just trust it. Just take it
yeah,
back and rip, and not worry about like, oh, am I gonna
yeah,
have to fight the shaft? Am I gonna have to like heave the ball in the air? Just it is, but like I said, mid launch, mid spin. I didn't think it was like too mid. It wasn't creeping up on me. It was a pretty good low end of mid maybe launch for me, and I
okay,
would say maybe high end of low approaching low end of mid spin for me. So I was still getting enough to keep it in the air, but get roll out of it. So it wasn't like I was hitting
right,
high floaters coming into the fairway. So
yeah.
check it out. It's a good shaft. Give it a shot. I think that's it. You got any questions?
No, man, I learned a lot in this segment.
Perfect. We did it. That if you don't have questions, I feel like we did it. And I don't mean that disparagingly. I know how it sounded.
No, you know how I love to ask questions. I do it for a living.
All right. Let's call it a gear talk. Hey, Chris.
Yes,
I
William.
enjoyed that gear talk. Thanks for doing it with me.
That was a good gear talk. I always learn something when we talk golf shafts with you. I didn't really understand since we're post gear talk now, the the sort of lineage from even flow to smoke.
Do you know what's funny?
So that was cool. I didn't know that.
They have been I'm trying to think. We're roughly 3-4 years now on even flow and hazardous lines. And while I was writing
Yeah,
this review, not the first two hazardous smoke RDX reviews of the year, this review, I was like, oh, that's exactly what they've done, isn't it? Okay. Okay, Project X.
yeah,
But yeah,
smart, smart.
there's there's more Project X coming this year. Don't you folks worry. There's a lot of
Hey,
buzz.
subscribe
Don't just subscribe,
to be here for that.
hit the bell so you know when those come. I got a good one coming. I'm really excited about. It's going to be silly that I'm as excited about it as I am, but I am. All right. You played at Ravislow, stop 2 on the South Division of the Chicago Golf Tour, your professional golf tour.
That's
Um,
right. That's right.
I have so many questions. One, you played this past weekend. It was officially April. You can card it for your handicap in the Chicago District Golf
Oh
Association.
wait, I haven't actually played my Masters round yet.
Oh, I thought you did. You just
No,
went and
no. So
practice round.
I didn't play it all this weekend.
I
I
really
didn't play it all this weekend.
misinterpreted things I was seeing from you. Genuinely.
Yes. No, I stayed. It was kind of torturous, but there were things at the homestead that had to be attended to. So I stayed in for the weekend. And that's why I watched so much golf on Sunday
Mhm.
because it was 75 degrees here. It was beautiful, but I was home. Anyways, yeah, no, so I haven't played the Masters round yet. The good news is they have so before I think we talked about this, they were going to do pods, right? So you had to play with someone within your pod. It was random draw or whatever. Um, because COVID cases have increased here in Chicago.
We did it. We did it,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah. Now, well, deaths are still on the decline, which is great,
Yeah, that's
right?
good.
But nevertheless, because of the case count going up, the tour said, you know what, play with whomever you're comfortable with. We will not enforce pods. So that means I can play my Masters round with our pal Adam Unfiltered. So we're gonna go and we're gonna try to organize a good day to do that. But
So
but no, I haven't played the Masters round.
did you guys differ in your scores in the first tournament so much you were no longer in the same pod then?
No, we were never in the so for the non-master events, you can play with anybody you want as long as it's a member of the tour.
Got it. The
For
non-major
the
events.
major,
Okay.
sorry, not major events. For the major events, they pod you up, and then you play with different. Why they do that, I don't know. I'm guessing it's flighted or something. By the way, officially, the first tournament ended this past Sunday,
Mm.
and your boy got himself a top 25 finish.
Now, real question, what does that mean?
Nothing.
Okay, then second real
I mean,
question.
that's not true. Actually, that does mean something because there is a point system, just like the FedEx Cup. And after you do have to qualify for the playoffs. So there is a point there you have to show up and play well in order to advance past the first. I think everybody plays the majors, everyone plays the non-majors for the first, I think, 8 tournaments. And then after that, there's a cut line basically based on points. So
And then
you have to show up for sure.
here's a question.
Yeah.
You got top 25. What do the top 3 or the winners get in a tournament?
Uh
What kind of
I don't
prizes
know
are we
what
talking here in this?
there are prizes, but I don't know what the winner of each flight. There are 4 flights. I'm not sure what the overall winner or the flight winners
I mean,
necessarily get.
is
I'll
it
tell you after I win the Masters.
fair enough? I was gonna say, is it like cash prizes? Is it products? Dude,
I think it's product. I know there's a cash prize for the tour winner.
right.
Like if you win the tour championship, there is a cash prize, like 6 grand or something.
Hmm. That'll pay.
Like
That'll pay for your season.
it's like it's a huge the tour is it's massive this year, man. There's like 500 players or something. There's a ton of people, which is funny because Adam knows the guy running it. I've talked to the guy running it through DMs and stuff. Um, and he's realizing kind of what happens when something becomes popular, right? He's like, dude, you wouldn't believe some of the emails that I
And
get
you're like, "Oh,
from it.
let me be clear with you. I have a friend." You're like, "I have a friend who gets positive things sent to him, and he's just sure it's somebody out to get him or somebody complaining about something because that's just what you get trained to."
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's what I told him. Like, I 100% believe that you're getting stupid emails.
I always think
Are you crazy?
with the and along these lines, like with all these cool boutique golf brands I deal with, how I'm like, yeah, I'd love that. God, that'd be fun to be a part of. Whatever. Think look, sub 70. There's a good example. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, when you get the 7,000 tweets at about like how cool it is, you know, Jason Hyland sent me this handwritten note and signed his name on it, and puts a cell phone on the internet. Like, yeah, that's awesome. But what you're not getting is the guy who Jason goes through all that work with, spends an hour and a half, maybe two, on the phone being
Yep.
like, well, it sounds like the KBS Tour 105 and Tour 90 wouldn't be two comparable options for you. And maybe you could tip it a quarter inch, like, it sounds like you
Yeah,
need a
man.
wrap and a half of tape for your grip. Like,
Right. Right.
then that guy
Right.
getting all of his stuff and being like, this is the worst customer service ever. I ask you guys
Ah,
100 times.
right.
Like, you're like, never mind. I
100%.
could You
Yeah.
guys are all better than me running these things. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Right.
And then
Right.
when if you're like, oh, my livelihood depends on, I'm out. I can't. My soul can't handle what these
Right.
poor guys all have to deal with.
Right. But I'm hoping, anyways, this coming weekend, as the real Masters, is happening, to get out
Hmm.
and play a practice round at our one of our favorite places, Ravi, and then I think next weekend we'll try to get the official Masters round in.
So let me ask you this question. If
Okay.
you were to book a threesome at Ravislow and you, Adam, and myself played, I know you
Yeah.
guys could not horse around per se as much. I mean, you will. And then,
Right.
but like, is that okay? Like, I imagine I can
Oh
still play
yeah.
golf with you guys.
Of course. For
Interesting.
sure.
Interesting.
For sure. Yeah, because like yeah, it doesn't have to be a yeah, for the majors, it doesn't have to be an all
Yeah. Cause I
Chicago
don't
Golf
see how
Tour
they
group
could
because 'cause that'd be really hard to do.
in order to control. Like, yeah. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially with the
Yeah.
popularity of golf right now. Okay.
Right.
So,
Right.
how many weeks does the CGT Masters take, given you guys have, time to get your rounds in and what have you?
Yeah, so it goes for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks.
So, yeah, we've got this weekend and next weekend
Man,
to get them in.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous for you guys. Can you have caddies?
Yes.
Well, we're
Yes.
we're definitely missing out on content. That's something
It's
we
true.
need to take a
It's
little more serious.
it's very true because that would be amazing.
All right, well, keep that in your
I'd put a little GoPro on your chest and be like, "Caddy cam." We just
and the whole time will be me like messing with it and complaining about it.
right. Or you, like, not looking at anything, like, you just kind of talking to other people and not really paying attention to me.
Just get a lot of like, "Hey, I'll be right there. Hey, Chris." Shit, he's really far away from me. I got to run the hole.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking about this Don Ross bump here in the fairway, okay?
Do you think this is original or not? And the starter's like, "Oh, I don't know. I think Dick Nugent did a really good job on this course in 1910." I'm like, "Okay, golf snob, golf history snob. Leave a comment telling me that."
Anyways.
All right. Anything else you want to cover for the Masters, CGT
No,
or
man.
otherwise?
I know you said you're kinda lukewarm about this Masters. I always get caught up this time of year. I feel like it's the official kickoff of golf, and, I love the
I remember
Masters.
having the same
Um,
conversation last April when it got canceled
yeah.
or
Yeah. It's true.
postponed. Postponed.
Postponed. But yeah, I really like it, and, don't ask me for a winner because I have no idea. I just like to watch it for the golf. I like having I get the full feed on my television with all the different options from DirecTV where I can go and, you can watch Amen Corner, you can watch the broadcast or whatever. You get the app, it's a whole thing. Uh, so
Yeah,
pretty fun.
I feel like
There's
I'll
also, I should actually, this wasn't on the agenda, but I got asked to do something. I haven't necessarily committed to it, but there's this app called Colorcast. Real quick, there's this app called Colorcast, and what Colorcast is it's kind of what's the new sort of audio only app that's out there. It's kind of taken the world by storm. Clubhouse. Clubhouse.
Clubhouse is audio only.
Yeah, Clubhouse is audio
It's
only.
not like written. It's just audio.
It's audio.
I
You just listen.
I I didn't know that.
They're like live podcasts, kind of.
That's
But
that's
anyways,
pretty funny.
so Colorcast is like that, but it's for sports. So you can watch a sporting event, and I've been chosen. Bill doesn't know this, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked to broadcast the Masters on Colorcast. So I'm going to try to do that. If you're just watching this on Thursday,
Is this
go and jump on
asked
the app.
like somebody's like, "Hey, I think it'd be funny. Will you do this?" Or is it like, "Hey, I'm so and I represent someone and we would like you to do this, please."
No, Colorcast asked me.
Okay. Oh, themselves.
Colorcast followed me, yeah, and sent me a DM and said, "Hey, we're doing this thing."
So
There's like,
the latter. Somebody, this is real deal
yeah,
business.
right. This is a thing. So I'm going to try to do it. I got a day job. So I don't know how often or
I
how
say,
much
do
I'll
they
be able to
want you
do
to
it.
do all day, all 4 rounds?
I, that's impossible.
Wow.
There's no way. I gotta live my life, but
Oh,
I
don't
will
worry.
try to
I
be
know you
on there.
got. If there's one thing I know, Chris McEwen has to live his life. I know.
Right.
I know.
But, I'm gonna try to be on there. So the app is called Colorcast. It's really cool. It's actually kinda cool. So if I pull up Colorcast right now and I didn't wanna listen to the broadcast of the Cubs game and I wanted to listen, like, I'm gonna listen to some dude or whatever, right? And
It's
he's gonna tell me what's happening on the game. I can do that, and you can kinda start, it's kinda building a following with broadcasters or whatever.
I know a lot of
Um,
people who like thought they had good ideas to like do this on their own because people were like kind of becoming viral sensations doing it. And I
yeah.
think it's awesome that somebody's like, no, we're just gonna create the platform that does make it easy. And now it's like anybody who's like, oh, it's gonna be funny when we do this, like, or you could just go to Colorcast and it's better and
Right,
it's covered already.
right. And so I have a ton of ideas on how I wanna do this. I won't, divulge them here, but at one point, I would like you to join the broadcast. I would like Adam to join the broadcast. So anyways, for those watching, go and download a Colorcast
Well,
and see if I'm on
I
and
think
about the
whatever
Masters.
the sport is, and think along the lines of our other podcast idea, not related to golf. Um,
Yeah,
I think
right.
Colorcast is something you and I should, regardless if it's with alongside them as they've approached you or on our own, is something you and I should be heavily involved in
I
year
agree.
round.
100%. 100%.
A lot of-
I think it would be fun to do, sports that I don't know anything about
oh yeah,
and broadcast those.
100%. Why are we up at 3 in the morning in July? It's well, we got a Tour de France to commentate.
Right. We got a handball tournament we gotta cover,
You know,
all right? In Spain.
highlight is real big in Miami, so we might get a
That's
following. We got to watch this.
right. Anyways, what do you have going on at the website? I know this review
Hmm.
has just popped. Anything else fun, interesting,
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
viewers may
Actually,
enjoy?
I got a little bit of a week over here at driverangeheroes.com. The Project X iM10 review, first of the week. We also have a review on a new Sun Mountain golf bag, the VX. It is made out
Mm,
of sailcloth. If you don't know what
that's
sailcloth
right.
is, it is frequently used material in outdoor gear. I think like such as tents, climbing stuff. It's rugged, it's durable, and it's very water and abrasion repellent.
I like I got a sneak peek at, the video that's forthcoming for that, but, like, so go read the review first, and you can watch the
Oh,
video
I
later, but, like,
forgot about
the
that. Yeah.
yeah, we had to reschedule all the stuff, but anyways, the handles, I like the way that they designed those.
Yeah, so check that review out. That
Cool.
came out
Yeah,
as you're watching this, that came out Wednesday.
cool.
And then I I think a couple weeks ago I declared the first change to my bag for setting my what's in the bag for the 2021 season. As of now, still as this video is recorded, I wrote the blog piece a little bit ago, but I have made my second formal edition, cemented in place change to my bag for the 2021 season. I've selected the next piece of gear and what's going in. So check
Okay.
that out. Yes, things are always subject to change. I haven't tested something out, but some new potential competition came in recently. We'll see how that goes. Um, I'll make that segue into first I'll say yes, once it's all set or some form of set, I will make the what's in the bag video with Chris. Don't
I
worry.
was gonna say, we've been
I
asked
will,
for
but I
that.
said from day one when those requests came in, it's not a short, easy process, but we'll get it to you.
Right.
The competition that just got delivered in relation to my What's in the Bag post that came out this week. It's a good segue into who'd you have in golf origin stories this week, Chris? Oh, my
I
headphone fell
had
out.
I had I had David Edel, he of edelgolf.com
Yep.
or Edel Edel, right?
Every time I talk to Chris
I
Koski, formerly the man way back in the day with Odyssey and
yeah,
Callaway, as people know him, one of the best in the biz. When I talked to him, it was Adele, hello from the other
yeah,
side
yes,
the
right,
whole time.
okay,
So I go with
okay,
Adele until
yeah, same
David
here.
says to me, Dave says to me, it's Edel, which I've heard people say before. I'm going with Adele.
Oh, that one never has occurred to me, but anyways, I had David on the show, founder, creator, inventor of, the putters. They just came out with the SMS wedges, which, seem to be quite a significant sort of, I call it a timestamp in the history of the, yes, golf equipment design manufacturing, um, timeline of history. I feel like this is the kind of thing where 20 years from now people look back, because it's so commonplace. 20 years from now people look back and go, oh, this guy was the first one to do that, and sort of change the way
Or at
we
least
do things.
do it well. And I think like that's
Yes,
gonna be one of the things
yes,
that comes out of this. I don't think we're a lot more content's gonna come about these. Don't get me wrong, but I
yeah,
think the concept
yeah,
itself isn't so crazy, but executing it and putting data and science and calling it out has not been
yeah.
done well
He
in
dude,
history.
that guy, man, that guy is awesome.
Yeah.
Super awesome. And what's impressive about, like, we know a lot of cool people. Chris Koski's awesome, right? But he's like so smart. Like, David Adele is out of this world smart, like beautiful mind sort of
Yeah.
guy, right? But yet he can sit, like, so we did we had the interview, right? And we talk about how the SMS wedge, I won't spoil it, but how the SMS wedge was born,
Hmm.
which is super cool. How that sort of came about. But then after the show, he and I just hung out for like another half hour, just talking. And he was telling me about some other things that they had planned, that he had planned. And some of the reason I want to have him on this show is some of the memorabilia he's got will blow your mind.
Yeah,
Blow your
we're here to
mind.
talk about wedges and ideas you have. Hey, what's that in the background?
That's kind of like he's got, so just real quick, and then we'll move on this is a, you can tell I'm excited talking about this because it was so fun. I asked him about the first putter he'd ever designed ever in his life. And he it was a putter that he designed that was made out of pure silver, the entire thing made out of
Oh,
silver.
geez.
And he's like, it's hideous, it's so ugly. He's got it hanging on his wall in his
It
office.
has
Just
I imagine it has to
fantastic.
weigh a metric
I,
ton too.
I don't know. But yeah, it's that kind of stuff that we talk about. So super, super fun conversation.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Real quick, you got to go follow at Range Heroes on social media. You got to follow at Chris McEwen. But guys, go to that store, secondcitygolf.com. Not 2ND City Golf, second
Right.
spelled out,
That's right.
citygolf.com. There's new merch there. Some of it's in stock, some of it's not. Um, do what we
Try to
can.
buy the stuff that's in stock.
It makes life a lot easier, but we're closer to figuring it out. And for the guy who was struggling with it for so long, finally got him his money back. Don't worry,
He gave it right back to us.
back to us because it's now back in stock. So go there,
Right.
check it out. All right, episode 63 in the books. I'm Bill Bush, driverangeheroes.com. Like I just said, at Range Heroes on all the social media. That is my beloved friend Chris McEwen, at Chris McEwen on all social medias. The highly acclaimed host of Golf Origin Stories podcast. Go check it out. Everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.